Yeah.
Okay. Hey, this is Beverages and Beliefs. I'm Sean.
Josh.
Welcome. Well, we're going to start off with a beverage because we always do. Today, we're repping some Lubbock, the Brewery LBK here in Lubbock, Texas.
This is going to be a first for me. Never had it before.
Josh doesn't really like beer, and I picked a weird one.
I'm not a huge beer fan, man, but we're about to do it.
So what we're doing is the Staycation Pina Colada Sour Ale.
Sounds like
You ready for it?
Yeah. Ready to do it.
It's hot out here, so we might as well go for it. It's 4.5% alcohol content. So
Let me see this.
It's a great drinker for hot summer.
It's got its own name on it. Its name is Staycation.
That's it.
All right.
Staycation.
Pour that up for us.
So the Brewery LBK, man, I love this place. It's downtown Lubbock. They renovated the old Lubbock Hotel, and they've got the West Table in there, which is delicious. And the guy owns this brewery as well.
Awesome.
They make some great beer. So
yeah, we want to support local people as much as possible, especially with this whole shutdown and local people suffering and small businesses suffering. I mean, support your community.
that's right. So I got some clear Solo cups so you can see the color of it. We're not just cheap college kids here.
We are cheap. We're just not in college anymore.
That's right. And actually, these are Christmas. So Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas in May.
Merry Christmas.
What do you think, man?
Dude,
It's pretty good.
that's light and kind of fruity.
Yeah. You mow the lawn and then you sit down and have one of these,
Man,
you're going to be in a better place.
I was really expecting to not like this. I'm just going to go on the record and say I was expecting to be like, come on, man.
So
This-
a sour, they actually let it sour and ferment in the kegs. And people have different ways of doing it. They can force sour it. They can actually just let it sit for like a year and actually sour. And then they pour it. And I don't know if you can tell, but you hold it up and there's little floaties in it.
Yeah, mine's got some floaties. It's got a lot of aeration in it from the pour.
Yeah, it's the real deal, man, and it's really good. So if you're in Lubbock, go support these guys. We've got a couple of great breweries here. We'll feature some other breweries here on our episodes. But this is the Staycation Pina Colada Sour.
Wow. It tastes like a great, light, refreshing. You can have it out at the pool. Maybe at the lake. Maybe when everybody's crashing, Buffalo Springs Lake.
Yeah. This tastes a little bit like a lemonade. It's kind of weird.
When you let it sit on your palate, you can definitely get the sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's not unpleasant with the lightness of the pina colada.
Yeah. It's very good. And honestly, this has been in the fridge for, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 days. My wife bought them and hadn't drank them all, so we busted it out for the episode. It's a lot less sour now than the first can I had.
Really?
So
Maybe it mellows.
yeah, mellows out over time, I think. But you definitely want it in you want it cold. If you got a frosty mug, do it.
I don't know, man. The clear Solo cups.
Can't beat those. So
Flashback.
that's right. Well, on today's episode, we are going to talk about what peeves us. What peeves you, Josh?
So many things, right? I mean, I'm such an angry person all the time. Man, we actually got this as a comment from one of our viewers. We were asking some people that had watched our episodes, and we were like, what would you want to see us do one on? First thing that came to their mind was church hoppers.
Church hoppers. Wow. We're doing it.
We're going to do it. We're just
We're
going to go
going
out
to
there
poke
and
somebody
do
in the eye.
it. Somebody, one of y'all, probably with all 15 of y'all out there, someone's going to get offended by this. Our viewership is going around to 14 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is a church hopper?
Man, I think a church hopper is basically what we have in the Western church today.
So you'd say it's a broad category that includes a lot of people.
A lot of people. And being in Lubbock, Texas, we're right in the buckle of the Bible Belt. And, you talk in our friend circles, and you're going to find out that most of our friends have been to 3 or more churches in the past 5 years.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a real easy one, man.
I don't think I'm exaggerating there. I'm trying to be conservative, but I think it's probably close to the truth. And, is this a salvation issue? No.
No.
It's
a state issue.
It's a state issue, like our last episode. But I do think it's something that's hurting the local churches big time, man.
Oh, man, I agree. What do you think is a reason that someone would church hop? What causes that?
I think there's a couple reasons. One reason could be that they were truly hurt, got their feelings hurt, disagreed with the message. Maybe
Sure.
they had theological issues with the message they heard, or a worship song. Maybe the worship pastor wore too tight of jeans. You know.
Yeah, so it could be something that was just really like ridiculous level.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
like-
It could be. Yeah.
They had 5 people singing on stage, and I only think that 4 should sing.
Yeah.
Right? We all have these stories. I mean, growing up in Southern Baptist, Baptist type of churches and stuff, where a church gets split over the color of the choir robes,
Yeah.
or they wanted red carpet instead of blue carpet, and so half the congregation goes and makes their own church. First
Yeah.
Baptists of right down the street.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like, yeah, and that kind of stuff is terrible. I don't think I would consider a church hopper someone who's church shopping. Right?
Okay,
So a
okay.
church hopper and a church shopper, I think, are different.
Yeah.
A church shopper is somebody that's constantly just not really plugging in, just sampling, like at the buffet. Like, I'm gonna go to this church. I'm gonna go to this church. I'm gonna sample some churches and see where I like. I think a church hopper is somebody who goes, gets started, gets their kids involved, they get involved, and then I'm kind of, like you said, I'm irritated with the praise and worship. I'm irritated with the pastor. I'm irritated
Yeah.
with the small groups.
Yeah.
I'm irritated. These people don't. The pastor didn't talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to a different church.
And I think, man, that is hurtful. It's not just hurtful to the staff who's pouring everything they have into trying to present the gospel in an attractable product. Let's just be honest. Like,
Yeah.
that's what you want to do in the
Sure.
Western church. And I'm okay with that. A lot of people are like, why do we have these buildings? Why do we have this worship team? Why do we have these sound and these lights? Guys, that's the way we do church in the Western culture today. If you don't like it, move to China and start an underground church.
Sure.
I know that that's kind of harsh, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. Like, this is the way we do church. That's okay as a culture. There's things that are not right about it. There's things
Yeah.
I would change. But if you are not there to contribute to the church body in some way, you are doing church wrong.
Yeah. And I would say not only are you doing yourself wrong, which you're harming yourself, because God gave the body spiritual gifts.
Yeah.
And so if you're not, and your spiritual gifts are given for the edification of the body, not for the edification of yourself.
Yeah.
And so if you're not plugged in and giving those gifts to the body, you're not providing what that body needs that God specifically gave you. So God gave you something that you need to provide to somebody else. If you're not using your specific gift, then you're just shortchanging yourself as well as the body.
I believe that. And I just think it's, it is just, this is something that's just been on our chest, and, we're just kind of frustrated about it because we see it in our culture, and I just think we can be contributing so much more to our church bodies, our local church bodies. They need you, and the world needs it, man. Like, unsaved people need people who are plugged into a good, healthy church that can love them well.
Yeah.
And
And one of the things that makes a healthy church is having people that are there for longer than a year. Having people that are there for longer than 2 or 3 years. Now, find a group of people. Everybody's imperfect.
Mhm.
Find a group of people, plug in and serve. Plug in and be a part. Plug in and grow with them.
Yeah.
I mean, your kids need to have some sense of, consistency, where they grow up in a youth group, where they're fed by that youth pastor, and they have their friends that are there, and they develop a family unit of people they can depend on.
Mhm.
I mean, your church family should be like a family,
Yeah.
I mean, church hoppers are like spouse hoppers. That's what they are, They don't want to plug in and get deep and grow.
Yeah.
They say, oh, that's shiny, new, and pretty.
It's like the first year of marriage.
Yeah, man, that first year of marriage, everything's hot and shiny and wonderful and love and feelings. Man, and you're like, oh, this isn't, she snores, I mean, I don't know if I like, she's, whatever she is, and, and then you decide, hey, I gotta go, man. That chick over there, she's a little bit better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a new family over with that one. We're gonna start all over.
That's kind of harsh, but it's a little, there are some similarities to, like, the grass is greener on the other side.
I'm getting harsh. I'm getting right in your chili.
You ever heard that saying that if you think the grass is greener on the other side, water your own grass?
Water your own grass. Your grass is dying because you're not watering it.
That's right.
And you're not watering it with prayer and studying the Word of God. I mean, you're not watering it with all the right things.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's so important, man.
It is. It's very important. But I think that's the end of our peeve on church hoppers.
Yeah.
Get plugged into a local church.
Hey, if
Go.
you're a church hopper, man, just stop. Just settle down, man, and realize that maybe the church isn't the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the problem. And you know what? The first step to recovery is admitting you have a
Admitting
problem.
You have a problem.
So man, just realize that especially people in these local bodies are going to love you. They're going to want to welcome you. So just jump into one, dive in, and then dig in, man. Dig in and get that relationship. Serve.
That's it.
Yeah.
I agree with that. So this is Beverages and Beliefs. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Take care.